Next, we will hear from the spokesperson from Clampett Crude Corporation about the impact of their proposed new tar sands mine on the local wildlife and ecosystems.
Our studies show that this tar sands mine will have absolutely no negative impact on any environment, and in fact, it would prevent many species of wildlife from ever suffering the effects of advanced age.
Sounds legit. And now we will hear from a representative from the local environmental organization, Randy's Rainbow Rangers.
Scientists say this strip mine will kill everything within 100 miles forever.
Nonsense. From what I learned in my ecology studies, neither of these statements seem at all plausible, and neither argument uses scientific evidence to back their claims. I would love to find a way to use my mad writing skills to more accurately inform the public and build better communication around environmental topics. If only I had some wise and knowledgeable professor to help and guide me.
Your observations are sound. I am the wise and knowledgeable professor, and I teach environmental humanities at your local university. There's a great deal of misinformation being spread about environmental issues, some of it intentionally by those who stand to profit from falsehoods, but also some of it is due to misinterpretation of scientific data. There is a need for strong writers who understand the science of ecology and environmental sustainability and can clearly communicate scientific findings and hard data to a variety of audiences, academic, professional, and public.
That sounds like something I would be interested in. But there are so many different fields and majors that use writing to approach environmental topics, I don't even know where to begin.
That is not uncommon for students who are interested in environmental issues. Communication about environmental issues draws from a variety of disciplines, including writing and communication, ecology, earth systems, biology, geology, humanities, history, physics, and many more.
So, what is the goal of writing about ecological topics, and what does it entail?
Though there are many distinct goals within these various environmental disciplines, environmental writers place great emphasis on clearly communicating environmental information to diverse audiences, including other academic disciplines, business and industry professionals, environmental organizations, and public communities. Environmental writers analyze past forms of communication about environmental topics and add suggestions on how to best motivate groups and individuals to act on environmental issues.
If I decide to pursue environmental writing academically or professionally, what should I study? And what opportunities will my education allow me?
Well, the interdisciplinary nature of environmental writing attracts students with diverse interests and opens a multitude of writing opportunities. Because of this, it can be helpful to explore what type of writing you are interested in and which discipline or disciplines will best facilitate your goals. Academic writing in the communication and technical writing fields examines various forms of environmental rhetoric to discern the most effective way to relay technical scientific information to audiences who may lack a scientific background. Communications professor Benjamin Sovacool emphasizes this need for skilled writers, noting the importance of science and scientific rhetoric in establishing a sound basis for public activism and environmental journalism. Writing for environmental journals tends to be technical in nature. These academic articles often follow an IMRD format, that's introduction, methods, results, and discussion, and may include statistics, charts, and graphs to illustrate their findings. Communication writers can be found working for the news media, writing press releases for nonprofit organizations, working with government agencies and policymakers, or working in the private business sector. Environmental journalists write in a variety of mediums such as environmental publications, corporate news outlets, blogs, and podcasts. They cover a broad range of topics from illegal waste disposal and controversial land use proposals to the latest scientific findings and sustainable energy development.
I am also interested in how environmental policies and business practices affect individuals and global communities.
Environmental humanities writers are concerned with those who are most impacted by environmental policies and resource distribution. Historically, people of color and the most economically challenged have been disproportionately affected by damaging ecological practices. U of U professor Diana Leong explains that, in general, environmental humanities is really just concerned with the stories that people tell about the environment, so trying to find a way to amplify voices that have been marginalized in the past. And generally, the history of environmental wisdom has been very white and very middle class. Writers in environmental humanities try to give voice to those who are often left out of academic communities and who are at most risk of being taken advantage of by the wealthy and powerful.
What if I am interested in teaching students how to engage with environmental issues in writing?
Environmental writing and rhetoric scholars analyze the effectiveness of different forms of communication, much like communications scholars, but their writing tends to be a bit less formal, sometimes including anecdotal personal experiences. Their work often explores methods of teaching writing students to clearly communicate scientific findings for multiple audiences in a way that encourages action and engagement. They conduct case studies on campuses and in classrooms, record their methods, and cite the texts and concepts that have informed their own ideas and teaching practices. Writing and rhetoric professor Chris Fosen suggests practices that encourage students to intervene in public space with creativity and vigor, and to craft conditions in which students might use language to shape social change. This includes exploring different non-traditional mediums of communication, such as posters, stickers, YouTube videos, tweets, and blog posts to engage both students and their target audiences.
Are there options for me if I decide that I want a bit more creative freedom, but I still want to draw attention to environmental issues?
Of course! We are going to need creativity and inventiveness to help find solutions to some of the environmental challenges we are facing. Eco-poetry and creative writing can use fictional characters and stories to relate environmental truths. Creative writers and poets inspire new ideas and innovations and may be able to engage readers who are not as motivated by scientific concepts and hard data, but who are able to relate to the personal and emotional journey of a fictional character or an imaginative narrative. Despite their different approaches to writing, these environmental disciplines have a shared value in protecting our resources and the ecosystems that depend on them, and they emphasize writing in a way that will encourage action on sensitive ecological issues. Skilled environmental writing allows educators to be more effective in their teaching methods and facilitates informed dialogue outside of academic spheres to lobby elected officials, direct legislative policies, combat misinformation, and to convey a sense of urgency necessary to motivate individuals to change their personal practices. So, if you enjoy writing and find value in preserving our clean air, water, and land, there are numerous opportunities for you to apply your writing skills to make this planet a more clean and healthy place for life to flourish. Here is a good resource to help you locate environmental writing programs near you. This will also be listed below the video.